Hi. Let's talk a little bit more about summer wine here. We just talked about how to use the ice bucket, which I've got right here. I now have my bottle of wine open, which, by the way, we talked about this in a different video. This particular one is an Albarino. So, talk about a couple things here. One of them is, how do you get the wine cold in the first place? Well, you can, of course, use the ice bucket. But what if you're in a hurry? Is it okay to pre-chill your wine by keeping it in the refrigerator? How cold should I serve reds? These are questions you run across occasionally. What's the temperature? What temperature do I serve my wine at? Well, generally speaking, white wines need to be served colder than red wines. Now, that said, there's a lot of wiggle room in there. Usually it's about 10 degrees Fahrenheit is the difference. 42 to 52 is what is recommended by various wine books. Now, I found that's a little different, and I'll talk about these a little bit more specifically as we get into the specific wines. But there's a saying: Americans tend to serve their white wines too cold and their red wines too hot or too warm. And that's kind of true, but it also kind of isn't, because it's what you're used to tasting. Now, having grown up in the United States, I'm used to drinking cold beverages and hot beverages. So hot coffee, cold soda, ice water, iced tea, hot tea. Nobody drinks much of anything room temperature in this country, it seems like. It is either very hot or very cold. Now, not to say that people heat their wine up, but they serve it literally room temperature, which might be 75 or 80. And personally, I'm kind of okay with that. For me, it works. And it also depends on the wine. Well, let's start with this guy here. This, like I said, it's an Albarino. You give it a pour. Now, there's a little difference in whites, in the sense that if you are serving them cold, you want to keep them cold. So after you've poured or served, back of the bottle. Got my stopper here, stick that in there too. Just keep the bugs from flying in. Now again, you do your typical things, you look at it, and beautiful color. I love these things. Excellent nose, and to me, served at just the right temperature. And this is, again, just in a container of ice water. So it's probably, mid to upper 40s. Current temperature. Now, the other problem I have with the whole you have to serve exactly the right temperature is, now that it's in the glass, it's already started to warm up. And I don't know if you can see or not, I'm perspiring a bit here. It's a warm day. Even though it's still spring, it's a very warm day. So as it sits in the glass, the longer it sits in the glass, the warmer it gets. So it's kind of like, okay, it started out cold, but you don't want to float ice cubes in these, so it's going to warm up. So you just kind of have to go with it. Now, the same thing with reds. If you serve them chilled, they're going to warm up too. Key things to remember: when you're drinking a chilled wine, hold it by the stem. Do not hold it by the bowl of the glass, because your fingers and your hand will warm it up faster. So, you pour it, white in particular, if it's a chilled white, you pour it in a smaller glass. I don't have my other glass out here, but it's actually a lot bigger, about that much taller and bigger around. So, this is probably about 3-ounce pour, which would that be 450 mils, something like that, or I forgot what the conversion is. But anyway, you can look it up, or I'll do it later. So you're not going to pour as much to start with, because again, you need your swirl room, and you want to taste from time to time. But the advantage of this is, smaller glass, you don't pour as much. It's like you're not losing out, because you still have the whole bottle over here. So as soon as you're down, fill it up again. Which is another point of etiquette. If someone's been kind of nursing their glass of wine along, you actually should let them finish it completely before you pour. Because now you've got a chilled bottle over here, and a kind of tepid, lukewarm, semi-cold glass here. You pour more on top, you're not going to get cold wine. You're just going to cool off what's in there and warm up what's in the bottle, or what's just come out of the bottle. So no, you don't want to do that. Let the person finish. They get a few drops, that's fine. But this much, say, go ahead and finish that off, and I'll pour you some more when you're ready. You don't have to be rude about it. If they insist, sure, go ahead and pour it. But the best way to do this is you finish the chilled wine, and then you re-pour. Very true also of champagne or champagne-style wine, sparkling wines. You don't want to pour cold wine on top of warm wine. It just warms it all up too much. So I hope that helps you a little bit. Let's go talk temperatures though. like I said, the ideal temperatures, according to the books and the references, are kind of mid-40s for, and again Fahrenheit, mid-40s for whites and mid-50s to lower 60s for reds. You know, that's what they say. You have to really do it at your own taste. Some reds I like a little chill on, most I don't. If they're more acidic, then yeah, chill works better on the acidic wines. So if it's a big fruity one, you don't want too much chill on that. It kind of kills the taste. So anyway, hope you learned something from that. If you did, give me a thumbs up, and we're going to continue on with some more information about this in the next video. Alright, thanks again for watching, and, oh, yeah, cheers. I have a glass, I can do that. Alright, thank you. Bye.